The Don't Listen Basic Chumcast.
Yeah, buddy. Welcome to a very special presentation of the Don't Listen Chumcast. He's the Shebs, I'm Big Red, and this is what we call the Fast Lane. Okay, let's get right into this. We're talking about the 80s stoner. I want to do a profile on, let's go back. I mean, there's nothing like an 80s stoner.
Stoners, baby.
I mean, the things they wear, the things they wore, the things they say, the things they do. And let's all remember it's namaste for life, and listener discretion is advised. Nothing better. There was absolutely nothing better than an 80s stoner, from fashion to attitude to the hair.
Ice cream choices.
Ice cream choices, the stoner combs that were in the back pocket, right, of the corduroy bell bottoms. And, of course, you can't forget the leather, the big-time leather, the leather boots. But there's never been anything like the 80s stoner, so we wanted to do a fast lane on our boys. So I just want everybody to watch out. Warning. This is a big time warning because we're getting ready to go all kinds of spider monkey on your heads.
Oh, you're ready for that.
So here's some popular stoners. We made a list, and this comes from a composite of many different. In fact, I think I had nightmares and dreams of stoners that we have seen on the big screen throughout our entire lives. I mean, we did so much diving into this. It was a lot of fun to be on, and it brought back a lot of great memories. We're going to start with Carl from Caddyshack.
Oh, okay. Bill Murray.
And you know, Caddyshack basically has, Noonan. They were smoking joints like on and off all throughout. Like Chevy Chase was doing the blow and the tequila over his shoulder and all that. And Noonan was smoking pot with the little beautiful girl who was doing everybody. Right? Do you remember her?
No, I didn't really watch Caddyshack.
Well, you need to check it out because there's a lot of stoner action.
I saw pieces of it. I mean,
you remember Carl, though, right?
I remember Carl, yeah.
Do you remember the scene where he's swinging the golf club and destroying all the beautiful little flowers near the Caddyshack?
Yes.
So he's definitely, that was 1980. And Bill Murray, that may be one of Bill Murray's best roles of all time. It seemed like a natural fit to me.
Okay.
Cheech and Chong, we can't forget these guys.
Oh, yes.
I spent a lot of time at the Laurel Theater, between the Laurel Theater and the Belmont Theater, paying $2 to go see Cheech and Chong reruns.
Oh my God.
Nice Dreams. That was one of my favorites. But they actually kind of set the mark, right? They kind of were the stoners that all the stoners wanted to be.
They played up every stereotype. Every LA out of LA stereotype you can get.
I mean, Cheech and Chong is definitely going to be on the stoner. They're going to be in the Stoner Hall of Fame, and they're also going to be on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be able to forget about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Now, they barely made it into the 80s. That was like 1988.
Yeah.
But I thought that was actually Keanu. Like, I thought Keanu, I had a hard time believing Keanu Reeves in any serious roles after Bill and Ted's because he was such a great stoner moron.
He just had the mannerisms straight up.
So let's do a little recap. We got Carl from Caddyshack. That was Bill Murray. We got Cheech and Chong. We got Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And now we go big with Spicoli.
Oh, yes.
There
you go.
That's my skull.
Always wasting his two buddies that drive around that Volkswagen van and pile out with smoke trailing after them.
Yeah, it's Sean Penn's. That might be Sean Penn's best role.
Hey, listen to this. What is that? That's my skull.
That's it, right?
Perfect.
Mr. Hand.
Oh, I left that book in my locker, Mr. Hand. Just the whole thing, right?
Yeah. Oh, my dad's got this ultimate set of tools.
Oh, yes. Are you in my class? I am today.
I mean, it's kind of like Fast Times is kind of like Risky Business. It's like scene after scene after scene of just classic laughter.
Classic straight up. I think Spicoli's best line is that at the very end, he comes into the little mini mart and he's trying to buy some food, and he's trying to pay for it, but he's just digging up change, right? The classic stoner never has any money, digging up change. He's pulling lint out of his pocket, that's mixed in with the change. He pays for it, needs to use the bathroom, and he just says, first door on the right, and he goes like up this ramp. I mean, like it could be anywhere else. Like he's just like, and he's confused because Brad answers first door on the right. And he's like just confused because he's got to go up this ramp. That's perfect.
And then awesome. After he throws the coffee on the guy.
Oh, all right, Hamilton.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so, Spicoli has got to be right up there, maybe front and center on the Mount Rushmore of stoners, of 80s stoners. I also had to include Shaggy. Scooby-Doo was actually in reruns during the 80s.
Yeah,
right?
Such messaging to the adults in the room of those cartoons.
Shaggy was actually interesting because that was the voice of, Casey Kasem.
Casey Kasem, that's right.
Right? And very interesting because Scooby Snacks, I mean, there's all this like subliminal pot smoking stuff that goes on throughout, right? And so in the research, I went back and watched some of these very old Scooby-Doos, which was in syndication. That's why I'm including it in these reruns.
No, I think it's fair
80s,
enough.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. And Shaggy was the guy that I would want to hang out with the whole time.
Oh, yeah. And his sandwich making ability.
Yeah. He was baked.
He could scrounge up the most interesting combinations of things, including grape jelly with salami.
Insane in the membrane.
So now we want to get into the characteristics of a stoner. Let's unleash the haters, right?
Here they come.
So what did most stoners look like that you remembered in the 80s?
All jeaned out. The bell bottoms with the boots and then the matching jean jacket on top, combs in the back of their pockets, coming into the Baskin Robbins ordering Jamocha almond fudge. That's all they did.
And what about the hair?
It was always straight, long, looked like kind of the Metallica in a way.
Feathered?
Yeah, feathered, just always, yeah, fantastic.
So the first stoners that I remember were always wearing concert shirts, whether it was like
that's right,
whether it was like Ozzy,
Van Halen,
Iron Maiden. They always had, and they were never in great condition. Those shirts.
Well, they're like you almost had like biker, kind of the biker stoners versus the educated stoners. So there was like the people who were gonna, as soon as they turned 15, 16, they're gonna ride motorcycles. Kind of that whole thing. Always, weren't going to have a job, so they need girlfriends with jobs so they could drive them around, that kind of stuff. But then you had like we all knew these educated stoners.
Yeah, the intellects.
Yes, that wore normal clothes but wore the rock shirts. That totally wore the rock shirts, and then were, maybe sharing, passing along to other friends and so forth. So there's kind of the two types, but as always, the key thing was those rock shirts.
Yeah, and the hoodies, they really made the hoodies look good. I think they had the feathered hair that I always wanted to have. They always had the coolest goody stoner combs in their back pockets, right? And of course the boots, right? They had it all. But I think something that we may be missing here is that they had a tendency, not the intellects, but the mainstream 80s stoner.
Yeah.
They had they tended to be space cases or a little bit ditzy, but then they would shock us with some kind of profound statement that would come from the outer cosmos or out in the middle of nowhere somewhere. Everybody would be like, what?
Where did that come from? Because usually homework was not on their top of their list.
Always munching, right? I remember the stoners would have the glassy, bloodshot eyes, and they would always have a big smile on their face, and they would be munching down on something super yummy, whether it was like fudge brownies, or whether it was like the ice cream you mentioned, or like an Abba Zaba.
There was a stoner in 8th grade that for 8th grade party, he wanted to bring brownies, and the teacher wouldn't let him.
Exactly.
And for those who went to Ralston, yes, Scott. His first name was Scott. Yeah, you might know who I'm talking about. But everybody thought that guy was baked all the time.
We always tended to have a friend in the 80s that would fit into that stereotype.
I like the friends who are part of your driver's ed class that you see them getting baked in the corner before walking off campus to get into the car with you, and it's just that. I thought that was fantastic. Like, oh my God, what are they doing?
Funny. Not funny.
So, outside of the 80s, I just had to do this once I got into the research of this, the actual data. I had to get outside of the 80s, and I came to the conclusion of, oh my God, the stoner may have actually been more popular after the 80s. I mean, the 80s were kind of the gods. They kind of set the precedence.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But listen to this. So, are you ready to go down the highway of the no drama zone?
Absolutely. Seatbelts are on.
Because here we go. These are the crazy ass, super cool stoners that were post 80s. And we start with the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, absolutely.
The dude. Maybe Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges has an entire catalog of outstanding films. I mean, from 1932 or whatever. He's been around for a long time. But the Big Lebowski, the dude, they broke the mold with that one. And that's not an 80s stoner.
No, he's his own unique profile.
Let's see, what else? Smokey from Friday.
Oh, yeah. I love that movie.
It's one of the best, right?
Love that movie. It's just so entertaining to watch. Great acting.
So I think that we have to include Smokey also on some sort of a Mount Rushmore. He's got to be in some sort of a Hall of Fame too, because again, this is a character that we don't forget. And nobody hates Smokey. Everybody loves Smokey. He's got a great heart.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
And he's always got some good weed of somebody else's that he's trying to smoke himself. He can never, the big guy in Friday, the big mean guy, the bald-headed guy who beats everybody up, the bully.
Oh, yeah.
And then the ice cream truck guy who's giving everybody the weed, and Smokey's taking the weed and he's supposed to sell it for him, but he's smoking it all himself.
Oh, the whole cast is fantastic.
Who can get mad at Smokey?
You can't get mad at Smokey.
So just to recap, the dude and Smokey, and now we're going to move on to the stoners that you would find in the mall. There was a movie, a very small independent film by Kevin Smith called Mallrats.
Oh, yeah.
And there were two very memorable stoner characters in that movie that were called Jay and Silent Bob.
There you go.
Do you remember? The opening to Mallrats with these two is unforgettable.
I didn't see the movie, but I absolutely know the characters.
Again, this is another movie that I'm going to, stupidly recommend that you watch that you will never watch.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Yeah, much like the other million movies that I've recommended that you watched.
I've watched that one.
You've never watched them, just a liar. So I want people to remember to check out Mallrats and Jay and Silent Bob because they're super funny. And I know you saw True Romance. And you remember Brad Pitt's cameo?
No.
Okay, this is Quentin Tarantino's big one. It's Christian Slater. And again, you've got to see this movie because Floyd is the best stoner of all time. So he would actually manufacture, remember the syrup, the honey? It was actually honey that was in plastic little bears.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Brad Pitt's character, again, his name was Floyd, which is a great stoner name. And he did nothing but smoke weed throughout the entire movie.
There you go.
And he had a little bong where he made a hole in the front of the belly button of the bear of the syrup, the plastic syrup thing. And he put a little stem in and turned that into a little bong. And he smokes out of that bong like the entire time. It's excellent. You're missing out on a lot, bro.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to being me.
So how about Pineapple Express? Did you see Pineapple Express?
Parts of it.
Holy smokes, you got to start living, bro.
Well, but can I just say one more? Maybe.
Yeah.
What about Dazed and Confused? It was all pot smoking in that one.
Yeah, well.
That was an 80s one, wasn't it? That was more.
There's one character that did make the list, but you cannot, at this point, you cannot live your life and die and not watch the Pineapple Express.
I'll watch it.
Okay, it's excellent, and it's very funny. and it's with, I'm sure you've heard of Seth Rogen, but there is Saul is also in there, and he's the best character of them all. So that is Pineapple Express. Also, I'm sure you know, I'm not even going to ask anymore. So Half Baked had a character there that was Dave Chappelle, and it was called, his character was frickin' awesome. Thurgood Jenkins. And I think that movie is kind of what platformed Chappelle into stand-up greatness, right? I mean, there is nothing really. Dave Chappelle is probably top 10 all-time stand-up comedian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're going to go with that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and here's your boy from Dazed and Confused. His name was Ron Slater.
Yeah, there it is.
So he knew them all. Remember this guy? He had the long hair.
Yeah.
He was in the back seat of
he had the whole conspiracy theory about, the dollars being green. Everything was green. Martha Washington was giving George Washington a big fat bowl every time he came home. The whole thing.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
You came through on that.
It's for the people who went to high school in the 70s. It's their Fast Times.
Brian Johnson. I know this is a very generic name, but do you know what movie or who this is at all? Brian Johnson.
It was in his pants. Yeah.
In his pants.
Yeah, he stored the weed in Brian's pants.
So what movie?
Bender.
What movie was that?
Bender? That was The Breakfast Club.
Oh, you passed another test. You're on a streak.
Don't get me started on Brian. That was my high school experience.
You're on a really good streak right now. Brian Johnson, right? That's Anthony Michael Hall from The Breakfast Club.
Yeah. I can't. The weed is in Brian's pants.
And I understand. We got to get out of here, but I cannot leave without mentioning Kevin Spacey in American Beauty, our buddy Lester, who has a complete midlife crisis.
And he totally found himself, including a nice new job and working the drive-through window. Absolutely. So,
yeah, so that was the Fast Lane.
That's the Fast Lane. Yeah, there we go. I'm the Shebs. He's Big Red. And again, this is what we like to call
the Fast Lane.
Don't Listen. A Basic Chumcast has been an exclusive presentation of Whetstone Entertainment in association with Is Chill Productions. Subscribe, follow, like, and share us while on your favorite social media hangouts and our YouTube channel. We're not into begging, but if you like us, review us and support us by continuing to check us out on your favorite podcast platforms. Find more fun and hit us with your feedback at don'tlistenchumcast.com.
Yeah, that's fantastic.